Hi friends. This is a video that I've wanted to share for a long time, and it just talks about my journey with Megan Ashley Creative and where it all began and kind of where it's going, and really kind of, show you and explain to you sort of this process that I've been on for the last about 6 years since I launched Megan Ashley Creative. So in 2019, I was in a big transition year with my personal life. I had the opportunity to create a company and merge with a business partner. I was also in the process of renaming my original business. Through that whole process, I really realized how much I loved being creative and not necessarily just with photography. Sort of dropped my last name for personal reasons. That is where the Megan Ashley Creative name came from. Really embrace my middle name and just become Megan Ashley. I also wanted to drop the photography part of my business name because ultimately I knew that I would eventually be more than just a photographer. Had I known almost 6.5 years ago that this is where I would be now is kind of crazy. I just knew that I wanted to do more than photography. In 2019, I legally changed my business name to Megan Ashley Creative. I knew in my heart, in my gut, that sticking with my own business and really just betting on myself was what I needed to do. I dove very deeply into wedding photography and portraits, and I loved that space. And of course, about a year later, the pandemic hit, and building a wedding photography business was a big struggle. And even though I love and still love wedding photography, it kind of was a pivotal moment in my life where I realized I need to put my eggs in multiple baskets, not just one. And as much as I love couples and I love weddings, and I still photograph a small amount of them every year. And I tried a few different things, but ultimately I realized that if I was going to continue being a photographer, I also needed to have some other skills. And that's sort of where I ended up deciding to go back to school. Graphic design was a creative industry that I was really drawn to. I'd already started doing some of my own branding and social media and web design, and I'm so thankful that I did. I enrolled at the University of the Fraser Valley in the fall of 2020, right in the thick of the pandemic, and I never looked back. And while I still continued to develop different styles of photography, like this steamy stuff that I do as well, I continue to really fall in love with graphic design. When I finally decided to sort of separate my creative business from my photography, I was slowly moving away from wedding photography and portrait photography and really only focusing on the intimate work. And this is what prompted me to create the Cheeky Club. I wanted a very special place, and using my graphic design knowledge to that date really helped me develop this whole brand. And it was kind of an aha moment for me when I realized I love photography. I love the intimate work, and I will continue to build this beautiful business. But I also love to solve problems with creativity, and that is what the Cheeky Club really taught me, was if I could create a brand out of something that nobody has ever really heard of before and continue to grow that brand in a really fun way, I could do that with so many other ideas I have. And through this past year, I've really created this little bubble for the Cheeky Club, and it is the most beautiful space, and I love it. And I continue to work with clients through it. I continue to photograph intimate weddings and elopements through it. And I've now sort of created this space here with Megan Ashley Creative where there really is no boundary. There is no limit. I've been able to explore different styles of graphic design through web design, through photography, through digital design, through print. And one of my favorite things to do is research. And that has also helped me decide that I really love being an entrepreneur. I love creating businesses out of nothing and really seeing where they can go. And that is something that you are going to see here more moving forward, is new ideas and concepts. And maybe these concepts will become a real life thing. Maybe there's someone like yourself out there who's waiting to start a business and they see one of my ideas and think, I want to do that, and I'm going to buy that idea from her, or I'm going to use her to create an even bigger business. I am here as a graphic designer to solve problems, dig deep into business ideas or current businesses and understand what works, what doesn't work, and create these solutions. understanding why, understanding what is happening, who it's for, and helping business owners really hone in on that. So this is my call. This is for me to say, hi, I'm Megan. I'm a graphic designer and photographer located in the beautiful Fraser Valley of British Columbia. My main focus is really helping you grow your business and understand what your customers really want and making it the best experience ever. That could be many different things, but let's talk about it. Let's figure it out together and get excited, because I love being creative, and this space is what this is all about. Bye.